Looks like this match is getting ready to go.
Here we go. Christine Maddox to serve to start us off here in game one.
We realize quickly how much a big serve helps in singles. It's little less important in doubles. But a big, deep serve like we just witnessed right there really can make a difference in singles.
Of course, and a couple quick points early here for Maddox. Never a bad way to start the match.
Definitely helps with nerves, if you're having any. Oh. Hopefully she didn't hear us.
A nice passing shot there, just nice misdirection on the on the third shot there from Christian.
It looked like she gave a little look around her to make sure the ball was going to be in, and she definitely confirmed, yep.
And we see, kind of like we saw in the last match, Maddox trying to put some pressure on the return, get into the kitchen early and often. We'll see if it pays off for her.
Something I'm noticing in Christian this morning is that she is a little bit on her heels as she's hitting her ground stroke. So I think they're going a little errant. I think she gets as she starts to get into the game a little more, we'll see her get lower and more forward.
Nice backhand there from Maddox, making Christian kind of full on extend to try and hit that volley. So difficult to control it and put it where you want it.
Definitely seeing Maddox get a little string of points on Christian's airs. We're going to see those smooth out.
And that one's going to fly long. I think if you're Maddox here, I think you really just want to try and extend points as long as you can. Just not try and go for too much and just see how many you can get by just relying on errors.
And right now, it looks like we're seeing a timeout.
After the timeout. See the change of pace there from Kaitlyn Christian. A good play, doesn't go for the drive, goes for the slice instead to try and slow it down. We'll see if she continues to go with that.
It's like the little net tipper sailed long. You can really see how heavy of a ball Maddox is hitting. That's making it particularly tough for Christian, I think, this morning.
And a couple quick points here for Kaitlyn Christian, trying to dig into that lead.
It was a beautiful volley. I love how she catches that ball out front and keeps it a very, very simple shot. Basic placement, depth. Ooh, another unlucky net tipper sending that ball out.
We always see those kind of even out throughout the match. We'll see if you get some lucky ones.
Absolutely do. You get them on both sides.
And really nice volleys there from Kaitlyn Christian.
Kaitlyn Christian really set the point up nicely. She pulled Maddox off the court and then had a pretty simple volley to go in behind her. Turn sailed just a little bit long. It's a good call on Christian's part. And we're talking about a series of points here. She's been able to run off a few points.
And that third just a bit long there from Christian. But again, a good response out of the timeout, making this a much more competitive game one. We'll see how Maddox responds here.
What a beautiful, crisp volley. Anticipated it well. Christian's shot was a good shot, but Maddox just really anticipated it well and took advantage of the open court. Little stab volley, kept it soft, made it hard for Maddox to get in behind it and do a lot with.
And that serve called just a bit long by Maddox.
Looks like Christian wanted to confirm that call. And yes, she did. She questioned the call to the referee, and you're allowed to do that.
And the ref's going to meet here for a quick moment, talk about the call. Looks like the call is going to stand.
She looks like Christian's really trying. She's feeling the pressure. She's trying to paint the lines, and they're just missing a little bit wide.
And that one, unable to get it over the net. Tries to go back to that slice. I don't hate the play. Just a little short into the net. This is a game point here for Christine Maddox. And that is going to close the door here on game one. Christine Maddox takes it 11-5.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
We're going to see what Christian comes out of the gate with for this game two. That's a great leave by Christian. We're really seeing Maddox. She's got, just a heavy, heavy backhand drive. And it's putting a lot of pressure on Christian. Let's see what she comes out with new.
That's a really nice point by Christian. She's just using the pace off of Maddox's backhand just to change direction, really get her on the run. It's so tempting when someone cracks that ball at you to just try and hit it back even harder. Really, really well done by Christian there.
I love it. I love the pace. She's really trying to use, pace changes. And like you said, she's using the pace generated from Maddox to just get a softer ball over, force Maddox to create the pace. I definitely don't think game one was a display of Christian's talents. We know she can play better. We know she's going to do better in this game.
But the missed return will not help that effort, will it, Christine?
Something so difficult to see from the sidelines is how powerful Maddox's serve is. Just missed a little bit wide. That was going to be an almost beautiful shot as she crashed into
the board there. Glad she's okay.
Yes. A little miss hit. It's great to see that everybody can do a little miss hit every now and then. I've hit my fair share.
And despite the miss there, you gotta like that Kaitlyn Christian's built herself a lead here in game two. Takes a little bit of scoreboard pressure off of herself, puts it back on Maddox.
I love what she's trying to build. She's just still making a few errors. something I've noticed, Maddox uses a fairly unique grip when she's serving and then switches to a more traditional continental grip.
It's a great point. I hadn't seen that, Christine. Really good insight there.
Difficult to tell from here exactly what style she's using, but it's different.
And that's a ball that Kaitlyn Christian's going to want back. Look like she really loaded up on that forehand to go inside out. Still a 3-point lead for her here.
I like that she's getting up to the net and again using the pace generated by Maddox.
Really nice cat and mouse there from Christian. I like how she's varying the depths of her shots, using a lot of backspin and side spin on those returns.
And like you said, I think they're mostly forced errors. It was a great response on Christian's part. She thought the ball was going to sail out. Suddenly it tipped the net and it landed in.
Nice hands there from Christian.
I think that's our first battle we've seen at the net in any of our singles matches so far this morning. I love it. Unfortunately, she missed the shot, but it was a great jump over the non-volley zone because, as we all know, you cannot, in a follow-through even, let after you volley the ball, land in the kitchen.
That's a nice dipping drive there from Christine Maddox. Just so hard to lift it, but also keep it unattackable. Keep it so low so your opponent can't attack it. Really well done. Still some work to do here in game 2, though.
Something that's interesting, you know, typically when you're the volleyer, you're the one doing a little bit less work. Person that's backs tend to moving more, running more. In this case, though, these ladies' drives are so good that we're also seeing the net player move a lot as well.
And the pressure from Maddox there at the kitchen, just keeping Christian back. It's a much-needed side out for her to stay in game 2. And so close on that backhand volley there. I think one thing we're seeing from Maddox is she's not only driving the backhand, she's also going to the forehand of Christian a lot on the thirds. We'll see if that continues here. She must have heard me. She went cross court that time.
A great strategy for returners is to return deep into the backhand, and we do see a fair amount of that. Can't do it every time; it gets too predictable. But we do see a fair amount of deep returns to the backhand. Ball sailed a little bit long. She earned that point.
Yep.
I really feel
she. Christian kind of nodding her head to herself there.
A little self-affirmation, which is a good thing. Maybe our energy healer would think that's good, unless it's your opponent.
What a shot there from Christine Maddox on the run. Somehow gets the line.
Christian was hoping that was going to sail out, but all she could do was give it a little nod. Good shot.
Just got to acknowledge it. So many net courts we're seeing here.
We have seen several. But, that's a testament. A lot of times, a lot of spin helps with net cords. A lot of times I see it hit the net and it just dies. But when you're using heavy spin, it really does help spin the ball over the net.
And a good, deep, big serve there from Maddox. Gets the error. She's within 2 here.
I have a feeling we're going to see a timeout from Christian fairly soon. A couple of shorter rallies, scores getting a little bit closer. She may need to, may want to come regroup.
And Maddox had a good look at that one down the line. Unable to get it over. So now here's a chance for Christian to make a run of her own.
Looks like it was wrong. She's not calling a timeout. I would have almost liked to see her do that this late in the game, but she's the pro out there on the court.
And a bit of a stalemate here at 8-7 in game 2. Who's got nerves of steel? That's going to be who comes out on top here. And another installment of the serve going back and forth.
Yeah, the return from Maddox was a little bit short, sat a little high, gave Christian the ability to hit pretty much any shot she wanted. There's an error by Maddox, and there is a timeout called. It was a very close ball, but she very confidently held that up.
Looks like Maddox is going to serve to start us off here in this decisive game 3. Can't ask for a much better start than that from Christine Maddox. Just backhand winner down the line.
Another clean winner.
This time on the forehand wing.
Just demonstrating her skills from both sides. Maddox off to a fairly decisive start here.
And looks like that was ball.
Uncertain.
I think it was thought to be in, but it looks like it was out. Christian serve.
So the ball was out, yes. So the score is 0-2.
And Kaitlyn Christian on the board here in game 3. And that return just a little bit long there from Maddox. We're all knotted up here.
Oh, it looks like that ball maybe had a little skip, little something to it that Maddox just misjudged, basically, and kind of missed it. She gave a little snicker afterwards. I love the lightheartedness of that. Oh, an unlucky net tipper for Christian. That looks like it was going to be a great little dipper. Tipped the net and just went a little bit out.
But the deep return there from Maddox put a lot of pressure on that forehand from Christian. Small margin for error.
I like the strategy Christian used there. She actually stayed. So many people would change the direction of the ball. She kept on Maddox's forehand in that case.
A nice spot there from Kaitlyn Christian. Goes for the third shot drop. We haven't seen a ton of those here in this match. Changes the pace. Gets an attackable ball there from Maddox, and she's got a 2-point lead.
Whew. That was another pretty winner shot right there.
Just that backhand from Maddox. So dangerous, so hard to stop when she hits it in the sweet spot.
It'd be super interesting to have a radar gun on these shots to find out just how fast Maddox is hitting this, driving the ball.
And just unrelenting power on the backhand. And again, Kaitlyn Christian just absorbing the pace at the net. Gets an important side out here.
It was a beautiful play. It was a nice deep return, shot, not super hard. Just sailed a little bit, landed just inside the baseline, followed it in, and she had an easy winner there, Christian did. Maddox anticipated that drive perfectly. Unfortunately, she missed her shot just a little bit wide.
And so players are going to switch sides now. Kaitlyn Christian leading. Oh.
Maddox did question the call. The referees agreed that they could not overrule it. So Christian's call will stand as being wide.
There we go. Players switch sides here. Kaitlyn Christian leading 6-4 here in game 3.
All right. Players get just a minute here, right, as they switch ends of the court. So the referees are allowing them that time. Players are both ready to go. You can see they're out there jumping around, ready to play, though.
Don't want to lose the adrenaline, right?
Exactly. Christian maintaining the momentum at this point. And you see she bounced the ball between her legs. She's jumping around.
It's a great play there going behind Maddox. Gets pretty easy put away there for Christian. She's got a commanding lead here, 8-4.
The return set that up. The return was so deep, it looked like it painted the line, created an opportunity for Maddox to follow that ball in, and then just be in control of the point.
And that one just going to sail along. Had an opportunity there with the short return from Christian. Just unable to hit it the way she wanted to.
She gave that little look. She gave that serve a look, almost as though Maddox did. She positive it wasn't in or not, but she played it.
they can. Maddox kind of runs into the board there.
She's into the board again over there. And I think she's calling a timeout.
Little ambitious there from Kaitlyn Christian, wanting to finish the match emphatically with a strong forehand.
Well, the thing about this is you have to close it out. You can't let the clock run out like we could in some other sports. What a phenomenal get by Maddox in there. That was not an easy ball to track down after it tipped over the net. And she stays in the game.
Just 1 point at a time. That's what your mentality's got to be here.
Absolutely. Focus on the moment.
And I like the slice there from Christian, because when you're hitting a drive off a slice, you have to give it a little more spin to get it over the net. Maddox unable to do that there. That's match point again for Christian. And that is going to do it. Kaitlyn Christian takes it in 3 games, drops the first, makes some impressive strategic tactical adjustments in games 2 and 3, and takes game 3 11-5, books her spot in the round of 32